And girl, you all need to put an end to this drama because it appears that Gotti may not have passed away due to complications from the stroke and diabetes he had, as various media outlets have reported. Rumor has it that some influential people wanted him gone and made their move just days ago. But it gets even more interesting because we all remember that Ashanti and Gotti had a brief romantic relationship. VT was one of the biggest names in hip-hop in the late 1990s and early 2000s. His label had names like Ja Rule, Charlie Baltimore, and Ashanti. However, his signees left after Gotti's face. According to inside sources, he allegedly confided in her about the people who followed him. Just days later, Ashanti is breaking her silence and is willing to name names for those who might not be aware. Money laundering charges because the feds accused him of laundering money for the cartel. After Gotti won his case, he chose to remain hidden. Only a few months ago did Storm Monroe reveal that just when things appeared to be improving for Gotti, he had been in a coma for the previous few months. This wasn't the first time Gotti's health problems made headlines. Prior to this, TMZ reported that he had experienced a minor stroke last year that was connected to complications from his diabetes. But a few days ago, Gotti's family announced his death. Although the cause of his death was not made public, various media outlets stated that he died of complications from both diabetes and stroke, which he battled for a long time. Hours after his family made their announcement, the internet was flooded with condolences. 50 Cent shocked the internet by posting a picture of himself smoking a hookah with the caption, "I'm smoking on Dat Gotti pack now. God bless him." Ashanti's condolence message stood out among the others, as she wrote on her Instagram page, "I can't believe things ended like this, and it makes me so sad. We weren't on the best terms the past few years, but as I've always said, through our highs and lows, I will always be appreciative of what you have done for me." She went on, adding that we created history, which will never end. "I have always admired your musical prowess and capacity to inspire me to reach my full potential. The success and good things have far outweighed the bad and depressing moments. I have always prayed for you to find peace. Please rest in peace and know that you and your family are loved. Rest in peace." Since they had a history together following his treatment of her years prior, and since he was candid about not feeling regret for anything he did to her, her condolences stood out. He also mentioned how he may have prevented her professional advancement if she hadn't found the strength to leave.
On my finances, he wanted me to invest in Urban Jeffries, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Oh, why? It don't say my name." It says Urban Jeffrey. So
you can laugh now.
Now I can laugh, But when you think about it in hindsight, it is hurtful because this is a person that you trusted and that you thought really had your best interests.
I gotta imagine that you were.
For those who don't know, VGT rose to fame while working at Def Jam and co-founding Murder Incorporated in 1998, where he signed artists like Ja Rule, Ashanti, and Charlie Baltimore. His relationship with Ashanti has long been a hot topic in the media, but following his admission that he had groomed her and was obsessed with keeping control, even when she didn't want to be with him, it came under even more public scrutiny.
I made those Ashanti records.
Can you rock with me?
Oh, I made those records. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wrote them, but she wrote them with the help of me telling her what to write. And all of y'all, whoever knows me, I don't lie. I'm not a liar. You know what I'm saying? But I helped make those records. So I own it.
Additionally, Irv Gotti always manages to bring up his history with Shanti whenever he stands in front of the camera to talk about his accomplishments and work, as if her name is inextricably linked to his reputation.
I mean, I think Irv's very emotional. You know what I mean? He's a Cancer. And I feel like he didn't always put business as a priority. That's what I feel. And again, like, he just painted the perception very one-sided. And I just feel like now is when I gotta be brave enough to speak up.
To put things in perspective, when Ashanti first met and signed to GD's label, she was 20 years old. Gotti, who was married and 10 years older, controlled her career and required her to be near him whenever she wanted to work.
I feel like sometimes when a man feels like he's losing control and you can't manipulate and he can't dictate and he can't tell you what to do with your finances, he can't, control, where you go and who you're with. And, I think that gets to a man's ego. So then he turns to bash.
Ashanti acknowledged that she and Irv Gotti had dated briefly in the past, but it was nothing like the committed relationship he said they had when federal agents began looking into Murder Incorporated for money laundering. The brand she was working with immediately split from her, treating her as guilty by association, and she and others left the label. However, Gotti criticized Ashanti specifically for leaving, even going so far as to say she fled like a cockroach when the lawsuit. It becomes even more bizarre when you learn that Ashanti and Gotti had met, or rather, encountered, again prior to his death. This time, she was attempting to buy the masters of her music from him, and because of his animosity toward her, he told her that he would never return them, instead selling them to a French billionaire. As soon as the news of his passing spread online, everyone was waiting to hear Ashanti's thoughts on him.
She's gonna have to buy it back from this guy named Olivier Chastain.
He sounds dangerous.
He's a billionaire Frenchman, and he's my guy, and I'm entering a deal with him for a lot of money.
We're supposed to make some noise for that. I believe we gotta make some noise for that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And I ain't even drunk, but I signed a letter of intent. It's like $250 million.
So the catalog?
No, not just the catalog.
I like rich French people.
Not just the catalog, but to give me funding for visionary ideas.
But it appeared that Gotti told Ashanti far more than the French millionaire who purchased her masters, because rumors have it that during their most recent meeting, Gotti talked openly about his problems with Ashanti and how some people wanted him dead. Gotti has a long history of relationships with dangerous people because he was not only connected to a drug cartel, but also accused of helping them launder their money, encountering dangerous individuals who were sent to Gotti. And according to insiders, Ashanti says Gotti had unresolved business with the cartel, accusing him of interfering with their operations and causing the arrest of important members of the raid, which resulted in Gotti losing his label's signature. According to the insider, Ashanti feels that calling out the names of those involved in GTI's death is the only way she can honor him in her final moments. She plans to do so in a few hours. Considering how strong the cartel is and how far they will go to capture anyone they need, I believe Ashanti's decision to share the name she obtained from him in their most recent conversation may be a bit over the top. The best thing she can do, in my opinion, is give the Fed the name so they can take action and have them arrested. Internet users discussed Ashanti's confirmation that there was foul play of some kind in Gotti's health and left comments, saying the manner for years. Irv Gotti spoke about Ashanti, and I'm amazed that she still paid respect to her with grace. Irv Gotti is a lesson in that, regardless of his incredible production skills and talent sense, all we have left to view online at the moment is how he mistreated Ashanti and made her go through hell. People never forget how you made them feel. Even though they posted their sympathies for Irv Gotti's loss, I didn't anticipate Ashanti doing so. We're not on the best of terms, but the fact that she took the time to do that was incredibly classy. Do you believe that Alicia Keys was correct when she said that the cartel had anything to do with God's murder? Or do you believe that Ashanti made this up to get some trendy moments? Please share your thoughts in the comments section and watch the following video.